It's been another very busy start to the week. I'm out on 18 and I'll give you a little show round of what the guys have been doing on that spoil area to the left of the 18th green. I'm sure you'll agree, it all looks brilliant. John and his team have levelled off this left hand side of the 18th green. We've put in this sleeper wall, which looks really smart, and kind of opened this back area up just to make it look a little bit prettier. Lower limbs on the oak tree have obviously been removed just to kind of open it up. Like I say, this whole area has now been tracked in. It's been topsoiled, so there was clay underneath, then we put 3 to 4 inches of topsoil on top. So this is now ready for seeding. Although, I'll show you shortly, there is one part of this that we just need to get the irrigation line in. So in an ideal world, we'll have an irrigation line in. I want this to have probably 3 to 4 sprinkler heads to make sure it's fully covered. And then what I would like is that this apron is extended all the way across. I'll take you over for a slightly closer look in a minute. But yeah, it'd be nice if that whole area was sort of to fairway length to apron length and nice and stripy. So this gives you a slightly better look of what it's going to look like once we've got this all grassed in. So this area is a no play zone as per the local rules. So we are asking at the moment, whilst we're just finalising the construction of this area, if your ball crosses this line, please do not enter. If your ball comes in here, please mention it to the pro shop and we will get your golf ball back to you. And again, as per the local rules, it is a penalty drop. There is a drop zone at the front and there is a drop zone at the back. So please follow those. Like I say, we've had a little bit of clear out as well along this riverbank. So what will be quite nice is as this all starts to grass in, we've opened up this ditch line. I mean, firstly, the ditch line needed to be opened up to allow water to flow. Obviously at the moment it's quite murky, but it will clear up. And the idea is that we are aiming to try and topsoil and seed all the way along the bank to give you a nice grass bank. And I'm sure you'll agree, it will look quite pretty once it's done, and give you a great shot from here. And from a golfing point of view, if you know what the number is to that end of that sleeper wall, then if you're going for this green in 2, that's your minimum carry number, and it gives you plenty of space to bail out if you need to. As part of the irrigation project, Steve and Perry have trenched this across. So like I said in my last video, you've got the pipe that goes up to the main pump house. Needs to cross this ditch. It will come along here. There's a box there and it will connect up to the greens box, and then eventually it will go up the side of the 18th fairway. So that, for future, that will give us the opportunity to put the fairway irrigation in. It also gives us the chance, to happen over the next week or so, to trench through the middle of that, obviously keeping it nice and tidy before we put the seed in, and put the sprinkler heads in so we can keep this area irrigated. I'm sure you'll all agree it's quite exciting. This area's been out of play for a long time, so hopefully we can get it back as soon as possible. Looking to give you a very quick insight on how Stuart and I are designing these bunkers. So we've put these flags out. You've got this run of flags here, so I'm out on the 12th. This is obviously the front greenside one. We're just going to reshape it and move it slightly. So these flags will dictate effectively where the edge of the bunker is going to go. So our initial thoughts is that this front edge, actually the face of the bunker, will come up to this first line of flags. And then we'll just bank up just behind. So using some of this front edge to just bank up the back, which will give a nice, as you're looking from the fairway, it will create a nice face. So look, the size of this bunker will increase quite significantly, but obviously we want to keep those faces, like I've said before, like we've done on 15. We want to keep the face of the bunker, but we also need to have a nice big flat playing area at the bottom. And obviously optically as well, it looks really good from, or should look really good from the fairway. Out on 13, so the bunker on 12 and this bunker on 13 are next on the agenda. So again, you can see where Stuart and I have put these flags. We're cutting it a bit closer into the banks, a bit closer into the green again, so we can see that the face of sand. You see we've snuck it out on this front right corner, and then run it along the edge of the green, but then this back edge here is just coming in a bit. So obviously the surrounds of this will all be turfed. It'll be made to look good, as well as the old hollow that was at the back over there. But 12 and 13 are next on the list. And then that'll pretty much get the worst of the GUR bunkers back in play. And then the next focus after that is those bunkers that tend to flood out in the winter. Update on the bunkers that we've done so far. Obviously a few members have asked, when are we going to get sand in these bunkers? At the moment we are watering this turf. Obviously some of it is taking quite well, some of it isn't. The back side you can see, the very back edge or top edge is just burning away a little bit. Now the reason we haven't put sand in is where we're watering this turf so much, it will end up washing away some of the soil underneath. It will end up washing away some of the debris, and obviously the last thing we want to do is then start contaminating the new bunker and the new sand. So we're dependent. As soon as this starts rooting, then we can stop watering it and it will survive on its own. And then we can put the sand in. So we are dependent a little bit on the weather. Unfortunately, next week's going to be a scorcher, which is great for playing, but it's not ideal when we're trying to grow turf. So yeah, like I say, the guys are watering, and as soon as we can, we will get sand in. We have already got the sand sitting in the car park. So we've got enough sand in the car park, or the greenkeeper's yard. We've got enough sand for, I think it's 9 bunkers so far. So it's ready and waiting to go. And as soon as we can, we will get sand in.